What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode on my channel. As always, I'm Jay, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Transformers: The Last Knight. Now, Transformers: The Last Knight was one of the handful of films that I had included in my anticipated movies of 2017. However, I did not get to review it initially because I did not have enough time. Not to mention the fact that after I had seen it in the theaters, I was just completely disappointed. Although, upon second viewing, and because it's marinated a little bit in my mind of the things that went on in the film, I do have somewhat of a better opinion, and I feel like I can be more constructive with my criticism of the film. So without further ado, this is my review for Transformers: The Last Knight. So Transformers: The Last Knight is the fifth entry in the much hated or loved series of Transformers films, directed by Michael Bay. Yes, the fifth one. These set of films have garnered love and hate on both sides, and no matter what, they've actually got ticket sales every single time. So with every ticket sale, with every bit of money that's been generated from it, they always come back for more. So what was the new gimmick with this one? The Autobots are trying to find Merlin's staff so that they can actually prevent the destruction of Earth, so to speak. The introduction was a little overdrawn, and that's kind of a problem with these films, is that the runtime could have been shaved by a good half an hour or so if they had worked on cutting the fat, trimming it, and then actually taking useless scenes and characters out of the film, which unfortunately this has been one of the kind of bad qualities of each film, is that they don't know when to kind of cut it short with certain aspects. They kind of go for it, and it actually ruins somewhat decent films. Now, I'm not saying that these films are anything to shake, a tail feather at. This isn't Shakespeare. This isn't freaking Oscar-worthy stuff. This is films about giant robots throwing down and doing some badass stuff. But because the film has a lot of different things that I want to touch base on, I'm really just going to do this as kind of a list format of the bad things. And then, because not many people really want to see any redeeming factors because they really shit on this movie a lot, I'm going to go through all the things that I thought were great and that actually worked very well in the film as well. Starting off with the fact that they have a good, healthy amount of useless characters. Now, the ones that really stick out in my mind, at least, are definitely half of the roster for the Decepticons, because we don't even know who the hell they are. And it seems like every single film that we get Decepticons that never existed or weren't well known off the rogues list for the previous iterations or cartoon animated series, which is really a disappointment to me. And there was a science guy who basically was there to provide kind of a doomsday clock situation where he was explaining that Cybertron is so many times away, and oh my god, it's going to kill us, and oh my god, it's getting closer, and oh my god, we got to try this, but I'm going to be wrong because I'm just a useless damn character, and I'm going to have some counterproductive arguments because I'm a scientist and I think I know shit. Then there was this other edition, which I don't even remember the damn character's name. It was that little girl who was with Canopy and had Squeaks. Squeaks, that little f***er, is an R2-D2 ripoff, okay? He shouldn't have even been in the film. He was so stupid, okay? Oh, but he's cute. I don't give a damn. That, and then probably the fact that they shoehorned Stanley Tucci in as Merlin, which at first I didn't recognize him, but then of course I started looking a little bit closer, and I'm like, that's freaking Stanley Tucci. What the hell are they doing? Then in another instance of tropes that should just die, any speech that any character gave when the chips were down. Hey Optimus, it's okay that you were bad. We gotta do this. You gotta pull your bootstraps up and we gotta beat them. Cade Yeager, it's time that we do all this for the planet of Earth so that we survive. This is our home. Another thing that I really didn't like in much of any of these entries was the fact that the Autobots are kind of assholes. Yeah, aside from Optimus Prime, every single film there's always been a scene where there's like some type of Autobot dick measuring going on, and I don't like that. Then, another thing that I really liked at the last film was the fact that they had the Dinobots and whatnot, but yet in this one, there's no Dinobots to be seen short of Grimlock for like 5 seconds, and then maybe like a few handful of baby Dinobots, which I thought were pretty awesome, and I think that they were cuter than Squeaks. But yet, what happened to the other ones? Then there's the issue of the Wit Wiccans. What in the ever-loving hell did you need to put the Witwiccans in this film for? Why did we have to tie things back to the family of Witwickies at all? We could have just had it be Merlin's family, and then this chick would have been perfectly fine being in it. Just do it! Bumblebee's voice has been one of the most annoying tropes in this entire series. Not once can I ever recall Bumblebee's voice ever being an issue in any of the original series episodes. Please, if you're a fan and you're watching this, tell me where this has ever happened in any other iteration. And speaking of the ending, where was our Megatron and Optimus throwdown?
Do it!
Alright guys, so you've heard my bad points about Transformers last night. Now we're going to get on to the good stuff. Starting off with the most obvious part of it, the visuals are always great in any Transformers movie. I don't think Michael Bay has ever made a bad film, or a bad looking film rather, ever in his career. Although, the fact that they switched ratios all the freaking time, like about every 5 minutes, I'd see black bars, then I wouldn't see black bars. I'd see black bars, I wouldn't see black bars. What happened to the format? Another high point of the film were the returning characters. I will still, to the day that I die, defend Mark Wahlberg as a better leading man for the series than Shia LaBeouf. As far as the new additions to the film, I really liked Anthony Hopkins being in the film. I thought that he was a great addition, and again, he kind of added a little bit of silly, awesome humor and everything. Also, Star-Lord's mama. Definitely an upgrade from the last few chicks that have been in films, and her banter between her and Mark Wahlberg was definitely funny, to me at least. One other great point was the way that they adapted the Unicron and Quintessence, or Quintessa as she's known in this film. Unicron was a planet-eating transformer, and Quintessa is derived from the Quintessence, which were these four-faced beings, and there was a group of them who actually created the Transformers and Cybertron initially. I liked the fact that they actually narrowed it down to one creator, and that they took the name Quintessence and made it Quintessa, because that was a nice little nod to the fans, and actually it made it in a contemporary way, and it was smart to me. But also to that extent, there was a little under-implied thing where Quintessa was kind of the reason why Cybertron kind of went to hell, because I feel like there was a connection between her and Megatron and the Decepticons. Now, how they adapted Unicron in this film was even more ingenious, because they made Unicron part of Earth. So now that Cybertron is here with Earth and Unicron's kind of on its uprising, how is it going to work out in future iterations? It could make for some very good stories and some very good conflict in the upcoming films that will take place after this one. So overall, guys, out of all the Transformers films, the second and the fourth one were my favorite. This one right here, it's not bad. It was terrible when I first watched it, but much like The Amazing Spider-Man 2, I saw that the highlights much outweighed the flaws. The flaws were still there, and if they hadn't been there, this film would have been a lot more enjoyable. But that's why I just mentioned the bad stuff and the good stuff. I think at some point I'm going to make a little video about why Transformers needs a hard reboot, and just rattle off all the ways that I know that can fix the actual Transformers series on the big screen, or at the very least give a brand new fresh take on it and actually get more of the original fans and new fans alike into seats and actually do justice to the stories. But that's for another video. As far as this film, if I had first given you my review, I would have given it a 1 star out of 5. But after having watched it again, I do think it's a solid entry, and for what it is in the long stream of sequels and actual series of Transformers and how I actually do like the Transformers, I would say this is one of the better entries, and I would definitely give it 3 out of 5 stars. Does it give more to the mythos of the Transformers? Does it really build upon much of it? Not really in new directions, but for what they had in the film itself, I did enjoy it. Mark Wahlberg works. Like I said, the new additions to the character casts work, aside from those useless ones I mentioned in the previous part of this video. But overall, it is what it is. It's Transformers done by Michael Bay, and it is consistent with what they've shown in the past. And again, I don't mind it so much, and I actually do like this film. And my completest nature be damned, I had to buy it on Blu-ray just to complete my series, of course. But anyway, guys, tell me what you think below. Did you think this movie was absolute crap? Did you like it? Do you hope to see more stuff that they have in the future with these Transformers films? Let me know down below. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, guys, I'm Jay. Take care. Bye.